All right, gang, welcome to today's reaction points for Friday, January 16th, 2026. Now, interesting day in the markets. I was actually not in front of my desk today. I was traveling for a meeting, but let's do a quick recap here for you. Now, today we're looking at the SPX. We're going to take a look at the S&P. We'll look at NASDAQ, crude, and gold as usual. But today I want to take a look at SPX and show you the power of these levels if you like trading SPX and SPX options like we do in some of our programs. Now, look at how powerful this is. We have the prior week low and the prior week high. We also have other key levels as we've talked about. MO is going to be the monthly open. WO is the weekly open. We have MIO, which is midnight open. It's not applicable here in the SPX. You also have the weekly close, last 3 week close. We have the last week's close. We have the last 2 week close. And then we also have some other numbers in here. Prior day high, we have prior day low, we have prior month high, prior month low, and so on. So what this does is it gives us a nice baseline, gives us some guardrails here to trade against, and waiting for price to come to us, being patient is really the name of the game. And you can see how powerful these levels are, and hopefully you begin to see the opportunities here. So notice that as price this week, this was on Wednesday, we have traded down and cleared into the prior week low. We get a barrage of divergence buy signals here, 3S code buy signals as well. Then we trade back up here on Thursday. We clear the prior week highs and we get more divergent signals, 3S code signals. And this is a perfect area here to be selling bear call spreads, selling bull put spreads, or buying directionals, buying puts in this case, buying calls in this case. Today, here on January's expiration, by the way, it's $1.9 trillion in notional interest expiring. Notice that these intermediate levels, meaning we don't have to wait for these highs here or these lows to be taken. We can trade all this in between if we choose to do so. And this was a very important area this morning after the first hour. Here's where we opened up. Notice that we came down, we filled the overnight gap, but then we came lower and filled the gap over here left from the Wednesday close to Thursday open right here. Not only did we do that, but we also came down back to the weekly open, back to the 3 week close, put in a beautiful textbook reversal pattern. Selling bull put spreads here would have paid. They would have expired worthless. Okay, so that's the power of this indicator, using it on other markets such as SPX. Let's go ahead and get into the other markets. Again, was not here. I was here the first hour of the day, but then it was gone the rest of the day. Got back after the close. So if we look here, again, we're trading right into the New York Open. So typically not looking to do anything right there. Really looking for some low-hanging fruit in the transition, either taking out Euro lows or Euro highs, or Asia highs or Asia lows. We do have a nice trend line building up as we get into the open here, followed by a 3S code print sell, TPI divergent sell, and we had a nice move to the downside. We had an attempt to rebound here after taking out the Asia lows. That then failed. We took out the weekly close, and then we kind of got into this no man's land territory. And then it was a lot of a nothing burger the rest of the day, a lot of chop. But if you're skilled enough, you know where your levels are. You're back to the New York Open, opportunities here, back to prior month high, opportunities here with divergent sells. Those are your key trades for the day. Looking over the NASDAQ here, this blue line that I did by hand comes from our daily trade machine levels. That was 25,878. 25,878. That was our L3 sell level for the day. Notice that we come right to it. By the way, we have those numbers before the open. Comes and takes out the Euro high, puts in a top for the day, 235 points to the downside, guys, before nailing the bottom for a rip higher. That's the power of knowing your numbers and knowing your levels. Let's move over to gold, and we'll look at some trend line divergence trades. Again, it's not about trading every divergent signal. It's not about trading every trend line. we want to do so when we are at key levels. Okay, so what are these clusters of levels up here? We've got the Asia high, we've got the Euro high, we've got other key levels here at 46.20, and we get a 3S code sell, followed by divergent signals coming in as well as weakness. Okay, after clearing out the 3-week lows, or 3-week closes rather, 3-week close here, 3S code reversal, and then we rip back to the upside. Let's lastly look at crude. A lot of opportunities here in crude today. A lot of folks would say that this has kind of been a choppy, non-trading environment. And if you know what you're looking at, it is certainly very, very tradable. So you'll notice that I've drawn some trend lines here on the chart, and I'm going to show you the power of just keeping things simple when we have these divergent sell signals, and we can connect a minimum there of 3 lows for a sell side trade, or minimum of 3 highs on a buy side trade. It's a very powerful signal. Okay, so we have sell opportunities here at a key level. What is this level? This level was a prior month high. It holds weight. All right. Now we come back down here. We take out this level as well as trade to the VWAP. What is that? That is the prior week high. New buy signals on a clean trend line break. Here we have other trend line trades. I'd call this kind of a no man's land. Plus, we're getting into that lunchtime period, so not an ideal trading time frame. But if you're in front of the screen, those can be taken. Now, I like this trade here. Again, a lunchtime trade, typically not looking at crude at this time, but you're back to the prior month high, back to the New York Open, put in a reversal, candle, TPI divergence, trend line break, and then you are off to the races before putting in a low down here, which was the Asia high, and a trade higher into the close. So guys, so very powerful. If you want to learn more about this indicator, these sets of strategies, make sure to book a call with me. I'd be happy to spend some time with you and go over all of this. If you like this video, make sure to comment, leave a thumbs up, and we'll keep cranking out this content. So wishing you the best and a happy weekend. Happy MLK Day on Monday, and we'll see you on the next update.